don't worry. No one else does either. So let's move on to 1984. A year in which things began picking up again. We picked up Trivial Pursuit cards by the billions. We picked up our collective eyebrows when Miss America dropped her drawers. And in the presidential election, Global Village News picked up the pulse of the nation with an election night prediction that scooped every other network. Based on the results from our Global Village News exit poll, Global Village News projects Walter Mondale, the winner in tonight's presidential election. Let's go to the exit poll live with traffic reporter Ned Skelly. Ned.
Thank you, Chuck. I'm in Michigan, a key state for both candidates, conducting our exit poll here at exit 6 of Interstate 94 westbound.
Do you have an update on the exit poll? We are projecting Mondale the victor. Are things continuing to go Mondale's way?
So far, I have 4 for Mondale, 2 for Reagan, and 6 for get out of the road, you idiot. Traffic is now running smoothly with rush hour delays of 10 to 15 minutes at the Southfield Freeway interchange. Back to you, Chuck. Oh, sir! Sir!
Just 2 months after the discovery of Hitler's diaries, investigators say they've uncovered another document from World War II. It is a book of Mad Libs filled out entirely by Benito Mussolini. Translated from the Italian, it reads, "Elephants are stinky creatures. They have long linguini on their heads and very small underwear. Weighing as much as 10 million pounds, they live in Milano and eat gondolas." In his State of the Union speech last night, President Reagan refuted George Orwell's ominous predictions about the future. "As I look around this great nation," said Reagan, "I see no talking animals and certainly no armed rebellion led by a radical pig." Elsewhere, research scientists in Helsinki announced today that Razzles are a gum, not a candy. Here we are on the corner of 85th Street. Halfway down that street we call the 80's. Remember 1985? It was a nutty year, but a sweet year, too. And nothing that year could have been sweeter than the dramatic come-from-behind victory of an American upstart named Billy Huggins in what had to be the sports upset of the decade. Welcome back to our exclusive live coverage here in Oslo, Norway. It's crunch time in the final match as young Billy Huggins bravely struggles to be the first American ever to defeat the Russians at the game they've dominated for so many years. So far, Grandmaster Yuri Yanov has played a brilliant tactical game of Patty Duke, hitting most of the take card from other players' squares. But Huggins, a plucky kid from the bayou, has hung tough.
I pick a Kathy card.
Ooh, Yanov picks up a Kathy water skiing card. Ooh, too bad. Not only doesn't it match anything in his hand, but it's bound to upset him. The Russians, who practically worship Kathy for her self-discipline and poorly tailored clothes, hate to think of her dressed in a bikini riding a ski behind a powerful motorboat. Billy, like most Americans, favors Patty, seeing in her spunky, never-say-die spirit that same spirit that made America great. Billy picks up Patty's shopping card. Does it match? Yes, it does. Huggins has done it. He's beaten the Russian. Oh, my goodness. Do you believe in miracles? Following 1985, of course, came 1986. A year of shake-ups and shakedowns, make-ups and breakdowns, breakups and make-downs. And as our own ISIS reported, it was also a year of stand-ups and lie-downs.
Here in this tiny corner of Illinois stands an enduring tribute to the human spirit. 6 months ago, this group of strangers gathered in Farmer Jack O'Brien's cornfield to participate in the national charity event, Hands Across America.
One more time. We are the world.
Today, hundreds of hot days and rainy nights later, they're still here, going strong, linked together, hand to hand. How have they done it? Eating is just one of the challenges. They've also come up with unique solutions to other daily activities, like sleeping and exercise. How much longer will they keep their vigil? No one knows for sure, but one thing is certain. They say they'll stay put, linked hand to hand until the goal of world peace is achieved. And even though Hands Across America ended 6 months ago, they remain steadfast in their belief. For Global Village News, I am ISIS. Please.
In the news at this hour, Oliver North today defended the administration's controversial arms for hostages deal. We tried everything else, he said. Books for hostages, dinnerware for hostages. We even tried bobbing for hostages, but they just didn't go for it. The phenomenal success of the Talking Teddy Ruxpin stuffed bear has led other toy companies to develop high-tech versions of old toy favorites. Among them, a Slinky that also balances a checkbook, Raggedy Ann that operates a forklift, and Laser Parcheesi. And finally, on the eve of her 100th birthday, plans were announced today to make the Statue of Liberty more functional. More and more immigrants are arriving by plane rather than boat, said a spokesperson. What she should be doing is lying on her back, looking up and waving. Considering all we've seen so far, can we still call the 80s the torpedo decade? Perhaps not. From this vantage point, the trend toward laying things down so that they become more functional suggests that the 80s may well be remembered as the horizontal decade. Will the name pass the test of time? We'll know for certain when we continue after this.